According to Adrian Wojnarowski, free agent guard Reggie Jackson plans to sign a 2-year, $22 million deal to return to the Los Angeles Clippers as soon as allowable. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, agents Aaron Mintz and Erica Ruiz of CAA Basketball tell ESPN. The deal is maximum LA can pay Jackson under CBA rules. Reggie Jackson going back to the Clippers this next season is crazy because Reggie Jackson just had one of the best, if not the best season of his career with the LA Clippers in the 2020-21 season. Reggie Jackson was Mr. June in June and was lighting it up in the NBA playoffs. In those playoffs, Reggie Jackson averaged 17.8 points, 3.4 assists, and 3.2 rebounds per contest. The whole saga of Reggie Jackson becoming Mr. June in the NBA playoffs this year is crazy. He was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but a few years into his career was traded to the Detroit Pistons, where he excelled on the basketball floor and averaged crazy numbers. But he had a stint for a few years, 2019-20 to 2018-19, where he was not looking good and was not putting up the production he used to put up. So in the 2020-21 season, the Los Angeles Clippers took a bite at him, and Reggie Jackson was insane and was the starting point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. He proved himself against every other guard on the Clippers roster and quickly became the Clippers' #1 guard scoring option. To be completely honest, he's the perfect fit with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who are both staying with the team next season. But we'll get to that later. Last season, Reggie Jackson averaged 10.7 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per contest. I mean, Mr. June was a huge reason why the Los Angeles Clippers made it to the Western Conference Finals last year for the first time in franchise history. Going back to the Clippers, we saw what a dynamic duo Reggie Jackson and Kawhi Leonard could be together last season, so I wouldn't be surprised if Reggie Jackson and Kawhi Leonard have some great chemistry next season, in addition to last season. I mean, it seems like everyone in Los Angeles is thrilled that Reggie Jackson is coming back to the Los Angeles Clippers because he was such a big piece of that playoff run. But if you're a Clippers fan, I want to know your thoughts in the comments of why you think getting Reggie Jackson is a good signing. I'll give this one a B+ for my grades in NBA free agency. Although I do think Reggie Jackson is going to have a good year next year and will average probably more than 10 points a game. He'll average something probably like 14 to 15 points per game because now he knows the Los Angeles Clippers offense. And in relatable Los Angeles Clippers news, Crispy Haynes of Yahoo Sports reports free agent star Kawhi Leonard has agreed that he is re-signing with the Los Angeles Clippers and terms are being discussed, league sources tell Yahoo Sports. Los Angeles Clippers fans can finally take a breath of fresh air because they were scared for a while that Kawhi Leonard was going to be leaving their team this offseason. But apparently that is not the case because Kawhi Leonard said that he was probably going to re-sign with the Los Angeles Clippers, but that he was looking for other teams to sign him, which everybody wanted to sign him. But the Los Angeles Clippers ended up winning the lottery with this one. So honestly, right now, not much changes for the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, it'll probably be about the same production as last year, considering their team mainly stays the same with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and all those guys staying. We haven't seen Kawhi Leonard ball out in nearly 2 months, thanks to Kawhi Leonard getting injured in the second round versus the Utah Jazz. It was a torn ACL, which sucked for LA Clippers fans. But the Los Angeles Clippers were able to catapult themselves to the Western Conference Finals, but would eventually lose to the Phoenix Suns. Still, though, Kawhi Leonard was quite happy with the Los Angeles Clippers' performance of getting to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history, or he probably would not have re-signed with the team. But that's just how I'm interpreting it. Last season, Kawhi Leonard averaged 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. And man, I still can't get rid of the fact that that guy's hands are big. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping I could make a colossal video or something with Kawhi Leonard going to the Golden State Warriors or something this offseason, but apparently that did not happen. I knew that if Kawhi Leonard did this, it would just stir up way too much of the media, and Kawhi Leonard did not want that to happen, so, he just stayed with the Los Angeles Clippers, and also I think he's just happy on the Los Angeles Clippers. If I was to bet money with someone a week or two ago, I would have bet them that Kawhi Leonard would have switched teams this offseason, but apparently I was wrong. I was really hoping he would too, because then I would probably gain more subscribers from that video. But no, Kawhi Leonard is staying with the Los Angeles Clippers. Just wanted to tell you that. I'll give this grade an A because, Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players in the NBA, and we gotta give it a good grade because whoever signs Kawhi Leonard is going to be a very successful team, and I feel like the Los Angeles Clippers just won a major jackpot here re-signing him. Because most people thought that Kawhi would not stay with the Los Angeles Clippers. So, LA fans, you should feel very grateful that Kawhi Leonard stayed with your team because most players just don't do that anymore. There's literally no loyalty in the NBA right now. I am just sorry to say that. Now, this isn't official yet, but these things are almost always official. According to Aigns, Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant plans to sign a 4-year, $198 million contract extension sometime after he becomes eligible on Saturday, Rich Klayman tells ESPN. For more on the deal, go to The Boardroom, which, by the way, is Kevin Durant's YouTube channel. Man, we have a lot of superstars signing extensions in free agency this season, and Kevin Durant's situation is no different. Kevin Durant had an incredible year last year, but his team came up short in the playoffs, and his foot on the line also came up short as he only hit a 2-pointer. So Kevin Durant looks to win a championship next season of how last season ended in a heartbreak. Some people have called KD the greatest scorer in the game, and I can't blame them there. How do you defend this 6'10" beast of a man who plays like a point guard? Whenever the game is on the line, the ISO is his, which is why the Brooklyn Nets are looking to re-sign him tomorrow. I would also say that Kevin Durant is a top 5 most clutch player in the league right now. And, you can just watch some of the playoff game highlights that he had this season and see that for yourself. But I'd give this a A4 grade. Because, he's a superstar. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe, turn notifications on, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm your boy, Hyper Basketball, and we're out.